Evening to one and all. Myself, Muthukumaran, organizing leader of Cyber Club. It gives me utmost pleasure to welcome you for this wonderful meet. We welcome our wonderful resource person, Mr. Achintya Singh, and our amazing participants to the day 4 of session of Flutter Finesse, the ultimate Fluttery Master Bootcamp. Every day is a new learning, and every learning is a new experience. As days passes, the interesting aspects of Flutter turn more and more fascinating. Without further delay, let us dive into today's session. I invite our resource person to take the session forward.
Everyone will listen. Right? We have learned mostly many sort of bits, right? And today we're gonna move forward with and some new widgets, some new, as I told you, that UI, that itself we've done many things, but it's very
Voice is not clear.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. To everyone, right? Okay, so let's start. Yeah, so as I was saying that yes, learned about many ways, and today also we will be designing some screen and along with that itself
So
we
like
learn.
now again it's breaking. Oh, like we can't hear you.
How is it now? Hello, how is it?
Yeah, it's fine. But like it's like breaking at some
Let
point of
me rejoin. Let me rejoin.
okay, okay, fine. Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, bro, I can hear you.
Now fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Mm, or everyone is with their laptops. Okay, and today we will be designing something below this, but not exactly this because this will be actually a very huge thing. Okay, we'll take some simple UI, not much complex for now. Okay, like today I have to teach you how to add images as I promised yesterday. Okay, so first of all, we will be adding images into Flutter. Also, you know, we will be, downloading, suppose when we want to use some images from internet directly without downloading those images. There are lots of, options how you can, use images in Flutter. So we'll be seeing that. Along with that, we will be exploring some more things. So let me run this one. Till then, you guys also get ready with all these setups. Okay. For me, even for you, maybe it can lag. Still in yesterday's content. Like on previous side, anyone has tried that thing?
Bro, I think it's like breaking again. It's breaking. It's like you're audible, but it's like breaking. Like like there's something kind of.
It will be fine, right?
Now it's fine.
Yeah. So just tell me whenever it happens. Like if next time it happens, I'll just give a restart to
Yeah,
the
okay.
laptop itself. Okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So we were seeing this. We have done all these things. We made this particular app bar, right? So what do you see on a profile screen? We have some sort of image. Maybe we have the name of that particular person or something like that, right? So our imagination screen only will make. Will not copy because this will take time actually to prepare such a screen. Okay, we need to learn many things in order to prepare such things. You have everything is custom here, nothing is like done by Flutter. You have to use Flutter things only to make custom widgets. So we'll not choose something which is more complex for now because otherwise it will. Okay, let's try to make something. First of all, let's try to revise this everything that we made yesterday in the app bar. Okay, and along with that, I will try to make you visualize the widget tree also that was here. Okay, if anyone has done that, just try to check it out. Okay, from here. So yesterday we saw our app bar widget. It was seen day before yesterday also. We wrote the title here. We have the center title just to make the title into the center, right? Then you have shadow color, the shadow behind this that you can see here, small sort of shadow that you have that is coming because of this particular property. Elevation is basically in order to increase the sort of shadow, right? In order to like show the your app bar as it is elevated, it will show you like that. Okay, Then you have your leading width. In order to increase the width of this, yesterday you saw that if we don't imply this particular property, it was showing some sort of error here, right? So in order to shift it to a bit right side, we have used this leading width. And how did we make this particular thing? You have the code here in this row, right? So how we have done that, you can see here, refer it here. Okay. And at last, you saw how you have made these two buttons. First of all, we started with these two buttons only. And at last, we prepared this, right? So this is how we have went on. And in order to prepare this particular button, we learned many sort of things in this itself, right? About containers, many property of the containers, right? So now we will be moving on with something, adding images will be my first thing. Secondly, I'll tell you how to add packages from Flutter's documentation. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, we'll first of all, what I will do is I will make the body for it. As you all know that after scaffold we have the body, right? So let's have a body here of this after the app bar. So okay, we have the body here. Inside the body, what sort of thing should I use? First of all, the first widget that we have, what is it? Does anyone remembers? Like, we catch the whole body of the screen, and as it is vertical, so what widget do we use? Is anyone coding with me today? Scaffold. Scaffold is already used, right? I'm talking about column. Yeah. So we are going to use the column widget in order to catch uh, the screen, this vertical part of our body, right? See, in body, actually, it captures this whole thing, but in order to align your widgets, you need a column, right? Body does that work of catching your whole screen below the app bar, but in order to align your widgets vertically, like in an order, so first you will keep something on the top, then below that, then below that, then below that, then below that. So in order to do that particular thing arrangement, you need to use a column. Okay, so let's use a column widget. Okay, and as we use a column widget, what do we have inside? Children is basically, I hope you remember, what is it? What is it? A list of widget, right? So we are using a list of widget, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show a image here. Okay, directly I will use just an image. I won't do any sizing or nothing. I'm going to do just an image I'm going to use. Okay, so does anyone, can anyone just, okay, so can anyone just tell me that what sort of widget do we require in order to make some sort of container to, okay, like inside the container, what should I use? Anyone has any idea how to add images in Flutter? I haven't taught it, obviously. I'll tell you, there is something called image, okay, image. And now when you put a dot, you get four sort of things here. Okay, one is asset, one is network, one is file, one is memory. Four properties you have. Asset basically means that you make an asset folder in your project directory, and you keep your all the images there, and then you can use that particular location in order to load your images from that particular folder. Secondly, you have network, and as I told you that you can use images directly from the internet. So this is that particular property, network. I'm going to use this and show you how it loads from internet. Let's go to Chrome and search some random image. Okay, some random image, maybe image we can take Flutter's image. Let's take a Flutter image, Flutter logo. Okay, and actually, you see, I'll tell you what sort of error can we get. First of all, let's try to open this image in a new tab. And from here, see, now this website should allow us to use this image. Okay, if it doesn't, then we can't use. Let's see, but let's try to put it here as it is a, yeah, so it should be as a string. Okay, so put a double quotes and then enter that particular address. Okay, don't try to directly use that. Put the double quotes and then put that particular address, and then you can give a reload and try to check whether it comes or not. So you can see that here is your image, how it is coming. You can see directly it is fetching from that particular URL that you have provided here. So this is how image.network comes, gets used. So is everything going fine? Like, are you guys doing this? You can just choose any image from internet and you can put that URL and you can see that yes, image.network, how it works. Okay. Anyone today is doing with me? Abhinav, okay, yeah, good. Anyone else doing with me? If you get any sort of error, just notify me. I'll help you out. Okay. Let's move on further. Now, do you really think that I need this much space? It is taking space till here. See, till here it is taking. But I don't want it such a big image. I don't want a this much big image. So what I can do is I have something called. You can just check out what all properties you have in your image.network, right? So let's see what property do we have here. Okay, control plus space. Again, you have a width, you have a color, you have a height, you have a alignment, fit, cage height, cage width, center slice, so many things you have. But obviously we are not gonna see any all the things. You have opacity also. Okay, so let's sort of give it a width. Okay, let's give it a width of 40 maybe. Okay, and as soon as I gave a width of 40, you can see it came small. See, so let's increase it to 100 maybe. Okay, it became like this. So you can adjust your height and width by using this height property, and similarly you have a height property also, height and width both you have. If I put 100, okay, there is no sort of change. Okay, because obviously it is an image, so it will be having some sort of pixel. So whether you play with its height or width, it's not gonna make different sense. Okay, so basically, or mostly I try to just play with the width when I am putting an image. Okay, we don't need actually both the properties. Okay, then you have here a fit. So fit is basically, currently we don't have any sort of, we like, I can't demonstrate this because we are not having any sort of container that is contained by, like, this image is not contained by any sort of container or size box. So fit is not going to work here. Okay, when you have some sort of size or container, like some sort of box basically, and image.network is its child widget, so at that time you can use some sort of fittings. Okay, I'll show you that also, don't worry. Currently you saw that how you can load an image from internet. Okay, how many of you got this? Fine, let's move on with the second method then. Yeah, sure, do that. Yep. So this is image.network. Now what I will do is I will load it from my own directory, the Flutter directory that I have here. So for that, what I will do, I'll just right click on any of the files in my Flutter project and I will open it in the directory. You can open it by clicking on, it was, able to open it from here. You get it in VS Code actually. Here I'm not getting it. You have the project somewhere, not this one, this one. Okay, let's right click here. Oh, somewhere down, I guess. Okay, you don't have an option to open from here, I guess. So just mark it, just open it from your, you know, file explorer, where it is, Flutter app 32. Okay, so let me open this. You also open this and just come to that particular folder where you have it. Okay, so I have it here. Okay, I did a mistake. I made this whole thing as a project. No worries. Okay, so here I have. Okay, just do one thing. Are you in your project? Those who are following me, make sure you are in this project only, okay? Otherwise, if you make that folder somewhere else, it will be very hard then to track the error. So come in that particular Flutter project, click on new, create a new folder. So I'll be creating a new folder known as assets, okay? Be sure you don't have any spelling mistakes. Assets, ASSETS. And then I come to my Android Studio again. Okay. I come to my pubspec.ml, this file. And now I will tell you and show you some usage of this particular file called pubspec.yml. Okay. So this file is basically holding all the dependencies, that third-party dependencies that you are going to use in your Flutter project. Okay. Currently, we didn't use any third-party tools or things, right? We just used our this we just used our Flutter things, the SDK, Flutter SDK, right? We didn't include any third party things. But now it's time that I'm including a third party image, right? So for that, when you will scroll down on the 62 and 63 line, you will get something like this. You will get something like this. Those who are following me, please be sure that this will be sort of, this gives error many times. So if you are following me, then please do with me, okay? Just hold this out till here, okay? Just hold it out till here, how I have selected it, and press Control plus forward slash icon. The key on the keyboard that has, question mark, okay? Just press Control and that particular button, and it will be uncommented like this. See, it got uncommented. Okay, now remove this and right here assets. This needs to be done. If you don't do this, you will not see any images loading from your project directory. So those who are following me, make sure you do this step, okay? Without this, you won't see any image on your Flutter. Are you guys doing this? So I hope you have done this particular step, okay? Now after this, this is, actually you are telling that to add assets to your application, add an asset section like this. So not only images, but you can add third party assets like images, you have GIFs, you have videos, you have maybe Lottie files. What is a Lottie animation? I'll show you maybe after some time. The pub file is not showing in Android Studio. It's not possible actually. Without that, your Flutter project won't run. Try to find something like this, pubspec.yml. Or if it is not there, just try to just share your screen once. I'll show you. Maybe you are in the wrong directory. Something like this will be there. Without this, you can't run your actually Flutter project itself. If you delete this file, your Flutter project won't run, because this only has all the things about Flutter. See, Flutter SDK, Flutter, then SDK, Flutter dependencies, all the dependencies. Like how I hope you remember that in I hope you know that maybe that when you make a Node.js project or React.js project or any JavaScript project, you will have a package.json file for all the dependencies. So similarly, you have this particular file in order to keep the dependencies of an Flutter project. So did you get Abhinav? Okay, can you share your screen once? Yeah, so that's what I was telling you, because you are in your Android folder. Can you see that you are in your Android folder and not in your Flutter project? Yeah, select project here. Select project here. Guys, for those whom it was not coming, select project there, not Android. Okay. Now open that top one. Now open that top one. First app, this one. Just double click on it, and yes, here you have your pubspec.yml file. Okay. So as I told you, this is the dependency file. So without this, actually, you can't run your project. Okay. So make sure you do. Yeah. Now just select this lines 63 and 62, and just press on Control plus / button. Select this lines 62 and 63. Don't remove like that. Just select it. Yeah, and press Control plus / or that question mark key on your. Yeah, that's it. Control Z. See, bro, select from that side. Select from after JPEG, and yeah, go till up. Yeah, whole till 62 full. Yeah, now do that. Okay, just check the error that you are getting. Just put your mouse pointer on it. No. Just put your mouse pointer on it. Okay. Invalid child element in a block mapping. Okay. Just do one thing. I'll share you this thing. Yeah, actually, you don't have this assets folder for now. Maybe because of that, it is saying this. Do one thing. Again, comment it out. His assets is caps, I guess. Have you created? Yeah. See, I told you, right? See the spelling of assets. See the spelling of assets folder, bro. Keep it a small a double s e t s assets. Your spelling is wrong. Rename it. Bro, again your spelling is wrong. A double s e t s. Can you see here? A double s e t s, not s t s. Just remove that 63rd line. In the 63rd line, that images thing you have, right? Remove from images, not from starting. Just remove from images. Remove it. Yeah, remove it. And type here again. Type assets / and /. Okay, now just give that pub get on top. You can see that there is a button called pub get. See, not here. See, try to find out. Bro, this side, this side. Where you have your run icon, green color. Below that, yeah, this one. Just press on that once. Expected a key while passing of block mapping. What error you have? Bro, do one thing. Come on top once. Come on top. Yeah, just copy the first two line. Just copy the first line and keep it somewhere. Just paste it somewhere and keep. Just paste it somewhere, anywhere, and I have shared with you the my code of that particular file. Just paste it, okay? Yeah, and copy that has been sent in the chat box and paste it. able to do? Okay, so let me continue for till then. Doing not link. I have just shared a code in the chat box. Check it. Uh, don't copy from here. Wait, let me share it somewhere else because it is coming in a form of links and well. Where should I share, Krishna?
In the group, it's possible.
Where? Yeah, possible.
Like in our group, that official group, Flutter Finesse.
Okay, I've shared there. Just copy that particular whole code, paste it as it is, and change the first line of that particular this first line. You change it, okay, alone. Of what? Yeah, do that. Till then, so let's see. Just after you have changed the particular thing which I told you just now, this particular thing, press on Puppet. Okay, and this is basically okay. The same thing is for me also. Take it back once. They're not able to catch the key. Okay, yeah, bro. So just take a backspace in both the lines. Just take one backspace. That was it. Okay, so yeah, this particular language called AML is or indentation is very important, as you saw. Now you got it, I guess. Just take a backspace, even if you don't copy paste that thing, just take a backspace, okay? Got it? Yeah. Okay. So after that, when you press on PubGet, you should get the output like this. Okay.
Bro, I think you didn't
Now,
share your screen.
oh my God. Sorry. See, why he is getting error is that why he's getting error. Maybe you can also guess that you just have to take a back. It was like this. I'll do one and show you. This was the thing. You just have to take a backspace in both the lines. One backspace. Make sure it comes in this particular line. Okay. And this one also one backspace. Okay. Do this and then press on this button for get. Okay. If you don't get it here, go to terminal. Okay. Go to terminal. From here, you can go to the terminal and here you can give command. First of all, check whether you are in the project directory or not. Make sure you are in the project directory and then you can give this command C. Okay, once you give this command, you shouldn't see any error. You should see these lines. Okay, is everyone able to call me now? Everyone getting error? If not, then we can proceed further. Okay, so Now I hope it will be fine.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Android Studio take too much of your RAM, takes too much of your RAM. That's why this happens. I hope you have done till here. You went to ML, you have cleared all these things, you have run this particular command, and now we'll be adding the image from the asset folder. Now you can see that we don't have any asset for now. We don't have any sort of image only in our project. So how will we load? So what I can do is I can just take any image from my system itself and I can put in that folder. Let's take this image and let's put it in the folder itself. Okay, just right click on it and you can directly do from here also, I guess. You can directly paste it, yeah. From here only you can paste it. Is it visible?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So what we have to do is we just have to bring some of the image from our system into this particular folder, assets folder. Okay. Uh, Take any image from your system and just paste it here, this particular folder, assets. Make sure that it is in this folder. Okay, don't divert it anywhere. You can directly come in, you can just copy that image wherever in your system. You can just right click on this asset folder and you can copy it from here itself. You don't need to go to the project directory also. So I hope you have done the image in your project now. Now the next step that we have here is to use this image, right? Local image. This is basically called a local image, maybe, right? Because it is existing in your system itself, right? So now let's see that how will we add image using our local images that we have in our system. Okay. So I'll repeat it once again because it was not clear at that time. So what we have done, we just came to our pubspec.yml file. We just uncommented this particular 62 and 63 line, and we made sure that this comes in the particular, this line. Okay. And this matches this line, and also this should be having a proper indentation. Then we ran this command pubget, or even you can go to the terminal and you can type that manually, flutter pubget. And then we made a folder called assets, and we have pasted image inside this. So till now we did till here, right? Now what we will do, now we will be adding the image. How I'll do that? See, image dot, again, let's see all the possible things here. So we have 4 possible things. We use network above itself. Now we will be using this asset thing. Okay. So again, it is asking for some name, and it is in a string only. So you have to add image that you have in your assets folder. Okay. Make sure that whatever image you want to add should be there in your assets folder. Otherwise, you can't add that. Simple. Just right click on it, just copy. Let me check. You can just do copy, I guess, yeah, and you can paste it here. So this is how you have to do. Just write this line. I hope you would have done this. Okay. If done, then just give it a reload. Don't give it a restart for now. And see there is an error coming. That unable to load asset, this asset not found. Okay. And when you receive this error, just give it a restart. You can give a restart from here. See, you have a restart button here. This is called hot restart. This is called hot reload. So give it a hot restart and wait for it to restart. The application is basically restarting and still we have the same error. Okay. So let's try to figure it out. No. Give it a update again. Sorry. It's not necessary to do that. It should get loaded even by writing this also. Maybe what you said once. Do I need to go out of that? No, this is not a problem. The problem is something with the image directory and all. This is not the problem. Even if I take the whole that and I put, then also it won't load. Okay, let's try to do this again. Assets I have, and then I have here a slash. Sometimes it does this. See, I didn't do any change. It was the same, but still now it got loaded. For some people, it would have got loaded actually. See, the same thing exists. I didn't do any change in the code. Sometimes it does this. Okay. I didn't do any change. It is the same as it is, but still it is there now. So this is how actually, this is the proper method. And that's why I don't use Android Studio because it does many of these things. Okay. Actually the pubget was not running properly. That's why because of that, I didn't do that get dependencies thing didn't came na that time. For whom all it has got. When you put a dot dot, that directory, when you do this dot dot, you get out of that project directory in which you are, then you go to the assets folder. So that is not need to be done. Who all got the image loaded? Who all got the image loaded on their screen? You did not get? What error are you getting? Image thing will do something. It will take us some time because yeah, it does some mischief sometimes. The same that you got first. Okay. So do one thing, like maybe Again, come to pubspec.yml and just recheck once, is it the same or not? Try to give it pubget also. Try to give this pubget. And yeah, maybe what you can do is once just stop the running of your project. Just stop it and then run it again. Stop it and run it again. If you have followed all the steps properly, you are sure that there is no mistake, then stop it and run it again. Then you should see the output. So here also you have some things, same things you will have mostly. The same things that you have in a network, you will have it here also. Fit, height, width, color, alignment, bundle. So many things you have. You can use any one of them. Like maybe I'll use the width for now. I want to make it smaller. Unable to load the set. Just share your screen once. Share your screen once. Show me Android Studio. Why are you debugging? First of all, stop the application. Bro, I told you, see, come to your code where you have added the image. Come down. Just check it once. Like, please follow what I am doing. See my screen now. You have skipped this part. See, skip this part. You have to add this also, na? This basically tells. See, logically also I will tell you what is this doing. Logically also I will tell you what is this doing. Okay, basically when you are writing this assets slash, you are telling your Flutter that inside my project itself. Okay, see, when you write a dot dot, like how someone was telling that we write dot dot and slash, that is basically you are giving a command to get out of this directory, that is your Flutter directory, and go back to the behind this, and then you will search that image. But no, it is in your Flutter directory itself, right? Where it is, just tell it that it is in assets, and in assets I have image named this, so automatically it will find. Got it? So you need to put that asset slash. Okay, you don't need to put that dot dot and anything like that. Okay, so now we'll put width. So let's try to put 100, and yeah, so you will see now both are of same size. So this is how you can add images in your Flutter project. Now you will be thinking that that Figma design that I had, it had some cuttings from below, right? Got it, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was saying. So you are not copying the code. See, I'm telling you, even if you feel that I just copied the code and I got it, no, I told you a proper reason for why do you have to write only like this. Even if I write here the whole directory, that I don't know, maybe it won't load, because we have when you write dot asset, it starts fetching from the project directory, as I know. Okay, and in the project directory you have what all things, these all folders, right? You have assets also in your directly, you have in your project directory. So that name I'm writing slash the name of the image, and that's how I get the image loaded on my screen, right? Now this is in a column. Okay, now suppose I want to make it in a circular manner. I want to make it in a circular manner. Okay, like a profile image or something like that. What can I do? There is one more method to add image. I'll show you that also, and I'll tell you what difference do we have in this image dot asset and that particular thing which I'm gonna tell you. Okay, see, third method. Okay, third method. We have something called network image. Network image. Okay, and you have to do nothing but the same thing you have written here, the same URL that you have written here. You just have to paste it here. The same URL, not even a single change. Okay. Okay. Now, why it is giving this error, I will tell you that also. This is one more method to do. Now it is giving you error because actually network image can't be as a, like it can't be in a list of children, list of widgets. You need to wrap it with a container, or you need to keep it in a container sort of thing. I'll show you how. You can have a container. You have a child, you know that you have a single widget. Here you can keep your network image. So here you have your child. Okay. Using any const. You can use this like this. Why is it giving this? More methods you have: network image and asset image, and directly you can use that, and you can add a URL and do. But this is after update, I guess, because we can use this. We can use this. This is after update thing. I have used this thing. I don't know why is it not taking it. Does anyone knows about anything about this? Actually, we used it like this only. Even if you search here, you will find it that you can use it like this: network image Flutter example. Yeah, obviously we don't use it much. We use the image.network and image.asset only, but I will show you that we use it like that only. Mm, mm. See, they are using it like this. Okay, so let it be. I'll show you in a different use case. Yeah, the property has changed. There is an update. Like we are using the updated version. That's why, because see, people are using that. Need to find out this thing. Like this is an update. Maybe I'll tell you tomorrow. Why, I don't know why is it not able to use, but I used it, and I use it actually. You need to have something called see, when you need to make it circular, basically that particular image. What is it? So when you need to make it as a circular, you would have seen profile images and all. When it is circle, you use something called circle avatar. Okay, in this you have again child and all, so you can just have this same image.network pasted in the child. Okay, and when you will see that it comes in sort of a circular thing, but still it is having some. Wait, let's increase this. Of the radius to maybe increase the radius. Okay, so see, it basically makes a circular thing. Okay, now as you are using a child, it is giving you this like the image is going out, but there is something called background image in this, a property called background image. Okay, here you can use that directly. It has a data type of this image provider. Okay, image provider thing is that network image and asset image which I am talking about. It also has a data type of that only, but I don't know why. I guess maybe it has been deprecated or what in this version of Flutter. Okay, because Flutter had a recent update. The Flutter version that you are using 3.14, it is the recent version. Okay, so yep, this is how you can make a circular image also. Okay, so let me now make something useful. Okay. Before that, wait, I'll have to tell you about one more widget. We have one more widget. Let me open that here. So here we had some more widgets listed here. Stack button, we will see more buttons today only. Then we have text field. So we will complete all these three widgets now. Okay, so let me tell you that how a stack works first of all, because it will take some time. Okay, have you guys heard about this stack data structure? You know about data structure, stack data structure, how it works, and what is the property of it. That's it. We don't need to go much deep into it. Just what is a stack? That's it. You guys know about stack, right? How it works in a sort of pile, right? We suppose you have a stack of books. How it works? Yes, right? Yeah. In general, as a data structure, that's it. That you have studied in college or maybe by yourself. Okay. Okay. So now this stack, what does it do? You have first. Yeah. That is only first in last out, that particular thing. Yeah. So whatever goes first, you can't remove that first. Whatever goes first has to come out at last, right? This is the principle on which stack works. Similarly, suppose you would have seen some UIs where you have something in background running or some video in background, and on top of that you have some widgets aligned. Or you will see a background image. Okay, background image actually can be given as a property also. But suppose there are some complex widgets that you see. I'll show you an example. It's lagging, I don't know why. I'll show you some example, okay, of how when do you need it to align something on top of each other, like some widget and above that something. And it actually, you have to imagine it like this. You have this your phone screen. There is a screen on it, and a widget on it. Suppose there is an image. Okay? Now on top of that image, you want to have something like a circle or something like that. That is a different image. How would you do that? Like, see here, you see this. This can be done easily, but I have some things like maybe in general, as I told you, how data. See, even this button, if you see, is on top of this image. Okay, right? Even this button, if you see, is on top of that image. So it's like a stack only, right? you have the image, and on top of that you have that button, right, made. So now, and here also we are gonna do the same thing. Maybe we can use something for a background image, and on top of that we are gonna align all our widgets. Okay, so again, as I yesterday itself I told you to do that particular work of widget tree. Here widget tree is very important. When you use a stack, it gets very much confusing of how to align the widgets, how to, what is the hierarchy of your widget tree. This, like, to keep a track of that when you are using a stack is very important, because if something goes behind, suppose if a button is there, on top of that you keep an image, will you be able to access that particular button? No, right? No, right? Stack works on first in last out, so how will you able to access that button? So you need to have a proper, implementation of that, and for that you need to keep a track of that widget tree. Okay, so let me just uh, use a background image. Okay, I'll use a background image. I'll just wrap it up with a row. Okay, I didn't do anything, I just wrapped it up with a row. Okay, and why did I do that? I will show you. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Just remove this row word and write here stack. Okay, okay, now imagine, just see here and imagine. Just now I told you how a stack is gonna work. Okay, one widget layer, first one. On top of that, you have the second widget. On top of that, you have the third widget. On top of that, you have the fourth widget. Sorry, what screen is? My screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I'm not doing anything on screen, by the way. You can just see my camera. Okay. So you have this first layer, on top of that the second layer, and all the layers are of a widget, obviously. So image maybe on top of that, again some sort of small, you would have seen, some circles here, some squares here, something like that. Okay, then on top of that you have a button maybe. So what are all these things? All are widgets only, right? So basically, what are you making again? A list of widget. You are again making a list of widget, and when you make a list of widget, what do you use? Children, right? Children property we use, and that's what. So that's why I just wrapped it up with a row, and I just removed the row word and I wrote stack here, because they both have the same property, that is children. Okay, so why should I make it? Just wrap it up with a row, remove that row word, and write here stack. That's it. Okay, and now how do you think this is gonna act? This column is gonna act. Is there gonna be any change on my screen or not? If I just give a reload, is there gonna be any change on my screen for now? I didn't do any change in the code. Just I have like how I explained you, the manner I explained you the stack thing. Should there be any change? What do you expect? I'll tell you. There is gonna no one reply. I guess it will be overlapping. Not sure. Okay. But Mohammed, you have got the concept. But the thing is, each and every image here is just in a column, right? Is in a column only. So just imagine you wrapped it up with a stack. So this is your phone screen now. This is your phone screen. And the first element that is going to come in the stack is what? This particular column widget, right? That's why I'm telling you, imagine the widget tree. Okay. Here in the widget tree, in the stack, what do I have? A single column. For now, what do I have? Only a single column, right? See, in the stack, what do I have? A single column. There is no line going down. Only a single column, right? So this is my stack. A column is going to get inserted here. Okay. And inside that column only you have all the three images. So how is that gonna make any sort of overlapping? There is not gonna be any overlapping because I have only one element for now. As soon as I add one more element, then the first screen is gonna get overlapped by a second screen like this. So currently it's not gonna make any change. It will be the same. Okay. It will be the same that you had. Okay. But as soon as I make a new widget, okay, as soon as I make a new widget out of this stack, suppose I make a new widget and I just add an image. Okay, let's add a random image. The same, I'll not add the same image. Maybe let's get something new from the internet. Okay, maybe should we use background image wallpapers? Let's yeah, let's have wallpapers. Okay, let's have a wallpaper. Have this maybe. I hope it's free. Okay, let's. It's telling me to download. Okay, let's download it and use it as. Okay, so let's download this JPG file and use it as. Okay, yeah, it's not making any sense. Oh, okay, downloaded. Fine. Let me move that particular downloaded file into the asset folder again. Don't forget this. This should be in your mind. Okay. Here you have. Move it in the project directory in the assets folder. Paste it. See, it is very big name. Let me add it as background. Okay, that's it. So here you have, just do a right click on it, just copy again path reference, and this thing you have to copy. See, make sure you are copying this assets slash background.jpg, and let's give it here the asset image. Okay, and just change this particular location. And this time I will not put any width for now. Okay, now what do you think? Any change on the screen will be there when I do I'll stop the application and run again, because otherwise, see, if I do this now, it won't. It came good. So see, it overlapped. The behind, there is a image behind it. Don't think that that image has gone. It is behind this. If I do some sort of opacity on it, you will see that. Okay, but it has got overlapped. Okay, it has got overlapped. So this is how you are working now. And suppose, and as you know that first in last out is the principle on which stack works. So the first widget to enter the stack is column. Second widget to enter the stack is image.asset. But what if I keep this first and secondly the column? Then those images come on top of this. On top of this. Okay, so behind now that image is there. On top of that, we have this image. So this is how a stack is working. Okay, so as someone asked that stack in general, yes, stack in general, the same data structure is followed here also. It's just that you need to have some sort of particular, format. Okay, so this is how you can see a stack is working. Fine. Now, believe me, stack has a very big usage in Flutter, and it's a very sort of a bit complex widget. Okay. Now, does anyone has doubt that can't be like move this particular images? Like suppose I want to put it into here, as it is a stack. Suppose this is a stack. Okay, let's have a stack. This is the phone screen. This you have the first layer, and suppose a small image. And this is the first layer, and that small image comes here. Okay, here. Suppose I want to make it to some here, like not only in a row or a column. You can adjust it anywhere onto your screen on that particular stack, basically that particular image. Okay, or the first element that you have, you can do that very freely. Okay, just tell me once first that are you guys here? Have you like done this what I was doing, stack widget? And is there any doubt in stack? Because stack is one of the most important one, and people ask about stack. People ask about stack because it is a bit complex. Okay, so everyone is getting this, right? So let's try to, yeah, let's try to position this. Let's try to position this somewhere in this background image. Okay, I used a word now called position. So that's what you have to just wrap it with again a widget. a new widget. You are hearing a new widget again, known as positioned widget. Something called positioned widget. Okay. So using this currently, if I just give it a reload, there won't be any change. Okay, but I need to, you have certain things in it, you have certain properties in it by help of which you can, position it anywhere. So suppose I want to shift it, I don't want to keep it in the touch of this particular image, that the screen. Okay, what can I do? I can use something called, okay, let's press this control plus space, and you have these things. So suppose I want to have from left side, I want to have some gap. From left side, suppose I say I want to have some gap. Use this left thing and give it some space, like let's use 5. Okay. So you can see there is some sort of space coming between these two images. Then you can check for right thing. Here you can put anything. And okay, I'll show you that why this space came, and what we needed didn't came. We are doing a mistake here. Can someone tell me that what mistake are we making here, that it didn't have left side spacing didn't came? Can someone tell me what mistake have I done here? Again, listen. Okay, I want a spacing here, like I want just the image to come to a bit right side. Okay, and these all two images, this whole column actually. Okay, and for that we have something called position widget, as I told you, but it didn't got shifted to right side. Why? Is there any mistake in the code? Okay, we are positioning background image. Just see the widget tree once again. Background image is here. I haven't applied any position widget to this background image. So no, we're not positioning this. Actually, the error that we are facing, not error, basically the desired output we are not able to get, and that is because you are positioning only this image, this network image, and we don't want to, have this. So just remove this. See, you can, yeah, you can just remove the image directly. Also, just again, you have something called remove this widget. By pressing that, you can just remove it. We want to, again, I said you that I want to shift this whole column to right side, right? So whole column means I have to wrap this whole column itself into position, right? Right. So once I do that, and now if I give left thing and I give some value, you can see that I get spacing of 40. So now you will be saying that then what is the difference between a padding and positioning? Does anyone has this doubt that what is the difference between padding and positioning then? Padding was also doing the same thing. Padding also does the same thing. We haven't used padding much, but if you have learned something in HTML, CSS, wherever, padding is a word. So positioning basically, you can do anywhere on the screen, anywhere. That's what positioning exactly means. So even if I want to give again top, I give it 100. Okay, see, it actually gets hidden. Why? Because your stack widget is only till here, right? Till here, and you are trying to position it somewhere, like with the somewhere in the space which doesn't which is not occupied by the stack. So it won't go give you an overflow error or anything. Okay, it will just take it like this was your screen. Okay, obviously if you'll go out of screen, it will give you some sort of error, but not with positioning widget again. Okay, because actually you are on top of that image, you are not on your screen now, you are on top of that that particular widget. Which widget? This is the background image that you are seeing here, right? You are on top of that. So here you do whatever, no worries. But on your screen, if you try to do anything or you want to shift like outside the screen, that is not possible. So it will give you an error. But suppose you are on top of the background image, you position anywhere, that is allowed. Okay, so using a positioned widget, you can position any widget that you want on top of the another widget, on top of another widget. Again, I'm saying, okay, so obviously a stack is required here. In stack, you should have at least 2 elements, then only you can position the top element, which is on like top of some widget. Okay, so did you guys understand this? How to position widget, how to add images, stack widget. Okay, we are. Any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Okay, so just now I used one more word called padding, one more widget called padding. Okay, so let's see that also. It's very basic thing and that you use very commonly. So you are gonna remember that in your mind. Don't worry. Okay, first of all, what I will do, tell me one thing. Like suppose if I want to put something below the stack now, then what I'm gonna do? I don't have any option only. See, I just have a stack, and stack, even if I put it in children, it will be on top of that particular background. So suppose, one question for you. Suppose you want to put something down here now, here. What should I do? Where should I add a code? Should I add it inside my stack? Stack is where? Yeah, here. Should I add something here? Outside stack. Okay, okay. You are saying outside stack. My outside stack ends here, but along with the stack, my body is also ending. See, along with the stack, my body is also ending. So outside the body, if I put, then what is the use? Think, think, think. Think. Again, think. I told one thing very clearly once. Not once, many times I have told. You need to have a catch of this whole screen. You do that by body. And inside body, you need to have one more widget in order to align your widgets in a vertical manner. Which widget is that? Which widget? Column. Right? So as we don't have a column here, we need to wrap our stack again into a column in order to align something below the stack. So now when our stack is ending, yes, we can add another widget very easily. Okay, so let me add something below the stack now. Maybe we can have some text. Let's have a text. Okay, text. Let's say the famous programming starting hello world, the basics, hello world. Okay, and it is coming in center. There is no sort of, I don't think so you should have any doubt that why is it coming in center and not from the start. On the from the first day we have this solution. Why it comes in center and not in the beginning? Because anyone has the answer why it is coming in center and not in the start? What property of column plays role here? What property of column plays a role in order to position your widgets in the main axis of your column and opposite of main axis for both? Okay, I'll tell you. Suppose I want to, let's first see that suppose I want to bring this whole thing into the center. Okay, actually like vertically into the center, okay. Now just tell me at least this thing, that what is the main axis of a column, vertical or horizontal? What is the main axis of a column, vertical or horizontal? At least this answer. Vertical. Okay, vertical is vertical axis, right? Cool. Now so let's give a main axis alignment for it, and you will actually get all the, okay, let me write on the main axis alignment dot center. Okay. So suppose if I give it in center, where it is gonna come? Again, a question. Say fast. Where is it gonna come? It's gonna come like no change, or it's gonna come vertically in center or horizontally in center. What is the change that I will see after I give it a reload? Vertically center. Cool. Right? So let's see how it comes vertically in center. So you can see that everything came in center. Now you will say that it doesn't looks like center. See, again, don't include the app bar part. Forget this part of your mobile screen. Okay. Can I do that? No. Forget this part. Okay. Till app bar. The center is happening only out of this body. Okay. So from here till here, the center of like it is gonna align each and every alignment. Like suppose if I write anything on top of this, it's gonna come here. So basically it's gonna align all the elements from the center towards outside on top and bottom. Okay. But if I don't give this, by default it starts from top. Got it? And suppose if I want to put this text here at this place, then what I should do? Any idea for this? I want to put this hello world from this place. What should I do? I'll remove this main axis alignment and I will leave it as it is. Okay. Now tell me that suppose I want to put this hello world at this place. Please answer, please. Along with main axis alignment, you had one more property. You heard about one more property. What was that? I don't want to put it in center, right? I'm saying I want to put it here at this place. Okay, one answer I'm getting. Okay, we'll try this. I'll tell you why this is not going to work, which you have told Yogesh. Now listen to me. Okay. Again, listen properly. Okay. What did I say? That main axis alignment of a column is vertical. Cool. The main axis alignment for a column is vertical. Right, Yogesh? So when you are going to adjust the main axis alignment for this particular whole column, it's going to align this whole widget that you have here inside the column. Basically, we have two, stack and this text, right? It's going to align these two between somewhere here in the center. I am asking, how can I align this hello world here? Not only hello world, suppose any widget that I want, that I have in this particular column, I want to start here from the left. Not only text, even if I want, even if I keep anything here and if I give a cross axis alignment, it's gonna start from the left side. Okay. So just I will be putting here cross axis alignment, and cross axis alignment dot start. Okay. And when you do this, you see that all your widgets, even this image is going to start from left side. Okay. It's just that currently we don't have any, you know, the width of the image is taking like fully whole screen only. That's why it is not shifting on the left side. Okay. But if the width of this image is a bit low, it's gonna come to the left. Okay. So if you want to see that also, if you want to experience that also, I'll just make the width of this image a bit less, maybe 200. Okay. And you can have this. Okay. And now again, you should have a question where our that images went. Where did those image went? Does anyone has answer for this? Where does those image went? Anyone can tell me? Where did those column, that three images in a column, these three, where did they went? Okay. Guys, again, listen. Did I change the, see, this column is in a positioned widget, right? This column is in a positioned widget, right? Now this position left and top was with respect to the image, this background image, when it was having the full width, right? this position 40 and 100 from left and 100 from left and top respectively was when our width of the image, the background image was fully off your screen, right? But now we have a width of only 200 and we are placing from top 100. How is it gonna place it, right? So in order to see those images again, maybe we need to have some adjustments here also. But now again I wonder that why is all three images not visible? Obviously because the size of one is big, one is big. See now, size of only this first one is 100, second one is 100, and our background image is only 200. So this is 100 and but this is in column, so it's not going to make sense. Okay, so this is how position widget is working here. So every widget is working with respect to each other. You need to have that particular, thinking. So we just don't have to go downwards in the code. You also have to see up. Okay, make sure you keep this practice. Okay, so again, let me change that particular to 400. Okay, so now it is in starting. Okay, now suppose I want to give some spacing between the, like I don't like this particularly taking from starting, like the space from the space this image is taking is from very beginning of this uh screen. But I don't want like that. I want a proper sort of white spacing from all the corners of the screen. So I should have a white spacing not only in this widget, but even whatever I start, I should have a white spacing on the borders. It's like maybe a outline. Okay, even the text, you can see it is starting only directly from the left side. But suppose I don't want that. I want a white spacing here. What should I do? I haven't taught it, so I will tell you. There is something called padding widget. Okay, there is something called padding widget. Yeah. So we have something called padding widget, using which you can have a sort of, white spacing from all the corners, and even you can have it from your desired places. If you want only it should come from left side, that also you can have from only right side or from all sides, whatever. So you're gonna give a padding to which widget? Suppose if I say that for both the widgets I want a white spacing from here, from top, and even from the right side. So I can just give a padding to this column, right? So again, you can see here something called wrap with padding. I don't have to add it. Wrap with padding, and you automatically get a padding here, a property called padding here. If you remove this, you will get an error saying that a padding property is required. Okay, so let it be there. Okay, now let's reload it and check what difference do I get now. So see, I get a white spacing from top also, from left also, from right also, from everywhere. And not only to only your column, the main column you can put it. You can put it to any widget you want, any widget. So suppose if I want to, have some spacing between the image and hello world, this text, I can give it a padding. I can give the text a padding. If I have, okay, tell me one thing. I have to give the text padding from top. Okay, from top. So is it required to give it, a padding from all four sides? Is it required or only from top? Yeah. So what we will do is we will just give a padding to text widget. Again, wrap it with a padding. And here in this line, padding line, you can see that edge insets dot all. There is some keyword called all. Remove this and write only. Okay, only. When you write only, then you have a privilege to choose at what all places you want padding. Okay, individually, either you want from left, from right, from top, from bottom. So suppose I keep that I want from only top. of 8. That's how you write it, and that's how you get it. So maybe it's not visible. Let's keep it as some more, and let's see the difference. So 30. We can use, I'm teaching about padding. That's why I'm using padding here. Okay, so you can use padding here in order to give spacing between two widgets, in order to, yeah, here also directly. Now Mohammed, just tell me one thing. I can use a size box here also to, give a spacing from top. What about left? What about right? Should I use a row? And so it will be very complex. As I told you, don't try to use unnecessary widgets. Okay, now using a size box won't be unnecessary below the stack. Okay, but again, if you have something called padding, use it. Okay, so let's try to, fine. So this was about it. And the last thing that I will include here is that how to import a package, third party package now. Okay, so suppose you have like explored many widgets in Flutter, and now you are out of widgets. You are out of widgets now. You want to, like, you have something that you can't make only, or even if you can, obviously you can make it with yourself. But if someone else has made it and kept it as a package, why don't we use that directly? Right? So what we can do is, suppose, first of all, what I will do is I'll give some styling to this text. So yes, you have something called style property of a text. So you just have to use that style property. In styling, you will have something called, okay, just remember this is a remembering thing. In styling, you have something called text style. This you need to remember. Okay, you need to remember this property properly. Style, but you will remember because this is a very common widget. Obviously, you will obviously style a text. Without styling, how you're going to use that? Right. So in text style, then you can have multiple things. Sizing, you can have font family, any sort of font you want. Then you can have color of that. You can have, decorations, underlining, and all. You can have bold. So many things you have. So let's see. Suppose I want to give a size to our text. So I'll use something called, you just write font and you will get so many things. Let's use font size and let's give it a size of 40 and let's try to see the change. So you can see the text gets bigger. You have something called font weight in order to give the bold or normal, any sort of bolding things you want. Can give font weight. How do you use a font weight? Again, see, just write F capital font weight and dot. Now see, you have so many categories here. Come till only values. Okay, you have, like, these are like in order of increasing width of that particular text. Okay, so suppose I use 100, it becomes very minute. It becomes very thin. Okay, if I use 200, again somewhat thin, a bit thick than 100, then a bit thick than 100 or 200, like that it will work. Okay, so let's do bold for now. Okay, then you have something called color also in it. Okay, so explore these properties like this only. Okay, then color, you know that how do we use a color widget, colors dot whatever color you want, right? So this is how you can use a color widget. Cool. Now let's try to import one library in order to get a font. Okay, so suppose I want to use a font that I don't have in Flutter. So okay, yeah. One more thing that, suppose, see, sometimes what happens, obviously you are a newcomer, people are newcomer. Even I face this problem that sometimes what happens that we don't know what sort of package should we call it. Right, like here we know obviously that which are the famous, you can just write which are the famous packages for fonts in Flutter. Right. Right. So you can just have a search here. You can just have a search here that what font package. You have something called Google Font, a package named Google Font. Okay, so you can just have hover on your internet, surf on your internet, and you can find some packages. You have something called Google Fonts. okay, for Flutter. Just see that particular package, just open that in pub.dev, and here you have everything. Even you have the implementation of it. How do you implement it? Okay. So tomorrow we will use this package and we will, add some font to it. Okay. So you can see that yes, we are able to build something. Below this, we will be building something. Right. So this is how we are seeing this. Now tomorrow, what we will do is we will be finishing this particular UI, and along with that, we will start preparing a quiz application that will be a project for you. Okay. And that quiz application will really be very helpful for you. Okay. So it will be around 3 question or 4 question quiz application. So once you see that, once you learn that particular quiz application, it will be very easy for you to uh, like you will play with all sort of widgets that you have seen till now. Okay. So along with navigations and along with some more buttons, you will be learning, you will be doing that particular project for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay. So let's have this. Okay. Then this much for today. It was over. Okay. We learned so many things. We learned about stack. We learned about position widget. We learned about padding, right? And again, we made this, right? You can again remove this. This is not looking good. You can remove this. Okay. So those who have implemented with me, try to, do some mischief in this, try to explore some more widgets, more properties of whatever widgets you have used here. Okay. And if you don't get it, you have always Google on. Okay. So it will really be helpful for you. Okay. So for today, this much from my side. Thanks for being here and thanks for listening to me. Okay.
As we have reached the end of today's session, I am extremely grateful to all our participants for trusting in us and exhibiting such enthusiasm. I extend my thanks to our resource person for sharing his knowledge with us. We hope the upcoming sessions turn out more informative and helpful for you all. Let us join in again tomorrow for another remarkable session. Thank you.